Don't stop running towards your dream. Tumalana, tumalana, ra tumalana, tumalana, tumalana. 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 Melo, tumalana, tumalana, ra tumalana, tumalana, tumalana. Tumelo, tumalana, tumalana, ra tumalana, tumalana. Call us now, 012-382-4936. That's 012-382-493.6. All hits, all day, it's all yours. The people have spoken. Unlock room 912.
Good morning, my favorite lady, Lena.
Hi, how are you?
How are you, madam?
No, good thing, good thing.
You make me to every time like I'm applying myself to room mentor because of your voice.
Oh, wow, thank you. We will continue. How are you doing?
So good. Just let me say, hear your beautiful voice. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not everyone wants to learn arrival there. The lady is lacking. They don't feel it. What was it? Well, oh, my capacity is that is so bad.
Room 912. Weekdays on Tshwane FM 93.6.
Gone exactly 52 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good evening. Thank you so much for making time to join us tonight. My name is Mokete Radebe. I'm your news pioneer, and I'm with you tonight, man. Once again, as we are on the social psychological aspect of the capital talk, interesting things are lined up for today. We speak to Mr. Mpho Lehutso. He's an artist and author. We'll be talking to him in a short while. And on the flip side of that, we've got a competition with Penny, and I hope you ladies are gonna grab some of the prizes there. And the flip side of that, later on, we tackle the women in sports dialogue. And today we're discussing how culture, as an influence of society, plays a role in, how the perceptions that society have developed towards women in sport and women in general, and how that has affected, the lack of transformation in women, and how can we sort of use culture as a catalyst to perhaps try and introduce the phenomena of women being supported, particularly when it comes to sport. Take quick breaks. When we come back, we start with Mr. Mpho Lehutso. Starting up the show with him. It was great music that we played there by King Munada, Arasimo Ruti. And, this song is just so funny, King Munada, but it's an interesting. And prior to that, we played you Dumelana by Mampiz there as well. And, starting up with a dose of motivation by Les Brown. And a big shout out really to the Roadblock Drive, that is Abongile and Utabi there, Trey Lazy, who held it down between the hours 3 and 6 p.m., taking you home safely. And here we are now, just to bluster your mind with a lot of content. I hope you guys are ready for today's discussions. A quick break, and we bring in Mpho Lehutso on the flip side of his new burning single.
93.6, Cap City's #1 radio station.
What if Nelson Ranale President Mzala? Mzala Dabri, the man from Mzala for Facebook book and ask the Patel. When you mixed it, and it was one of the snacks. President Ngoma figure not to wait to the robot again. I elevated Emma from Punne. Hey, I need to take a Marwa,
On Tshwane FM, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 a.m.
Black people, you must learn how to speak the language properly, especially on Nabanyana. Miririki 700. Makeup Limas Kara 800. So it's called 1,000. And then you guys look so beautiful, but your English is not as beautiful as your looks. And then you promote that in public places.
Okay. Awesome.
Also, Munata and a trauma. Jama Jom to Tuzu Shana now when we punch you back again to Tuzi. Why you are your police station to 20 stop order?
The best.
Tshwane FM 93.6.
5-6 after the hour, 6 o'clock will definitely be delayed for the news at 7 o'clock with Mzala. But for now, we're joined by Mr. Mpho Lehutso. Mpho, good evening. Thank you so much for making time to talk to us. My understanding is that you've got a new single titled "We Are On." How are you, my brother?
I'm great, Mr. Radebe, and how are you?
I'm amazing.
To the listeners.
I'm amazing. Thank you so much. Short and sharp. Artist, author, a new single has hit our shelves. Tell us about it.
So I'm releasing an album titled Tales from Mudumule. So it is a project that is created with the aim of imparting knowledge, providing solutions to the socio-economic issues people of Mudumule are blighted with. So within the context of the album, it's actually a celebration where we are celebrating the fact that we have now entered a new level in terms of how we perceive life. So we're just celebrating life. So that's why there's a bridge in there that says, Mata Kirata Pumulon Centuron. So Pumulon symbolizes where we come from, and Centuron is a representation of where we want to go. So We On is like a celebratory song.
Sure, interesting. And when can we expect it on our shelves? When can we expect the album? Is it already out?
It's 80% done. So I'm left with only 4 songs to record. I would say it's 80% done.
So
So between September and October, between the 2 months.
I'm gonna put you on the spot now. I know that you know what you produce, you always have faith in. But let's speak about the two outstanding songs for you that you think the listener at home should at no point miss any of those songs. Which songs are they that you feel speak like
because it's a robbery. Robbery speaks about land. It speaks about how, and we even incorporated Julius Malema. I'm giving away, but because it's exclusive on your show, we even incorporated a bit of a politician speeches about how they think of the land. So robbery is one because it speaks about, it extends the conversation about the land question. And two, I will say Runaway. Runaway is actually a song dedicated to a boy child. You know, as society, we focus so much on the girl child to an expense of excluding the boy child. So Robbery, I wrote it for the boy child to say, if I can quote one of the lines, I said, run away from the mentality of sleeping with girls just to have fun. Now you got 4 kids and it ain't fun. Hey, Mpho, don't judge. We need love. No, you need God, not a brother that wants to control. I hate jealousy. I ran away from poverty, mentality, beg adversity, and then his prophecy was born. 2 years later, I'm a star. So Runaway is a dedication song to the boy child to say, you got this, man. Without you, we cannot build society. Without you, we cannot build family. So we all, for me, to be honest, it's that song we're celebrating, but my favorite joint is Robbery and also Runaway, because if you build the boys, you are directly building society. If you kill the boys, women will be negatively impacted, because at the end of the day, boys are leaders. So if a man cannot lead, a home cannot be built, society cannot be built. You know, so I wrote that song for the boy child.
So when can we expect the album to be out, and at what cost will the listener at home access this album?
It will be available on all digital platforms, and because I know at home, because majority of the people do not necessarily use like digital platforms, so we're gonna have it in physical CDs, and also it will be available on all digital platforms. I'm not sure between September and October because of the marketing campaigns that we have in place. So I will say that in October or September, but by August we'll have like the finalized date. For now, we're just celebrating. We're going to shoot a music video here in Mzala. I'm currently shooting a documentary about the project. And yeah, like, you know, my first project was A Star Born. It was about me being born in my gift, acknowledging that I cannot do anything without God. And it's through God that I have this talent. And Tales from Mzala is about where I'm from. So the connection between the two albums is A Star Born is me realizing who I am, and the Tales is me realizing that if it wasn't for where I'm from, I will not have these dreams. I will not celebrate this gift that God bestowed to my life. So there's a connection between the two projects, and it's a follow-up single from a single we had from A Star Born titled We Level Up. We Level Up, it was about saying that we have ascended to a new level. So we is us celebrating that new level to say, guys, the 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, I want the billion, even though I cannot say it, but my mentality is so rich to an extent where I know that anything that I conceptualize in my mind, I can actually materialize in my life. So that is like the concept of the song. And you know what I'm doing? I'm taking commercial music and then I'm imparting conscious message within the commercial beat. So people will just vibe to the song, but I'm actually saying something that is of value to you that can actually edify your mind and actually help you to liberate yourself from the negativity that is dominating in your mind. So it's just like a celebration song. It's an anthem, you know, celebrating where the hustle is taking us.
Interesting. It's 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'm letting you go, rushing to the news. I'm a young person. I'm listening to you. I'm inspired by the work that you do. What is your advice to me?
My advice will be, it takes time and don't give up.
Sure. That's Mpho
Thank you so
Lehutso.
much, Mr. Radebe.
That is Mpho Lehutso. On the flip side of the news, do expect one single from his album that is called We Are On. I'll be playing that on the flip side of the news. But for now, we take a quick break and come back with Mzala on our news coming through between just now. Mpho, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, my brother. We are proud of the work that you're doing. You're an amazing young man, and we know that the future only holds the best for you. Not even the sky will be the limit for you. Congratulations, and we look forward to that amazing project that you've developed.
Thank you so much, and shout out to Capital Talk for creating an amazing platform for all of us.
Interesting. 3 after 7, Tshwane FM 93.6. Quick break. We come back with Mzala on the news.
Call us now, 010-382-4936. That's 012-382-4936.
Are you ready? Okay.
Around 93.6.
Tshwane FM News.
Shoo, it seems we've lost Mzala. But we're going to try and get him back on the line quickly. Let's just go to a quick ad break and try to get back Mr. Mzala with our news.
Rock with you.
Mzala. Yes? Are you okay? All right.
Tshwane FM News.
News Bulletin. IEC confirms local government elections voter registration date. Health Minister Zulu emphasizes the country is in the third wave. #Meet AKA.
Tshwane FM News.
Good evening. I'm Mzala for Tshwane FM News. The Independent Electoral Commission has announced that voter registration for the upcoming local government elections is expected to take place on 17th July and 18th. Over this weekend, all 23,136 voting stations around the country will open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to assist new voters to register and existing voters to check, where necessary, update their registration details, the IEC said. In the lead up to this weekend, the Electoral Commission will embark on a nationwide voter education and awareness campaign to encourage all eligible voters to make sure they are ready to participate in the election scheduled to be held on October 27th. Health Minister Zulu has warned provinces that the country is currently in the third wave of COVID-19. In communication, that was widely distributed earlier today. Mkhize said that the COVID-19 positive cases are rising rapidly. He added that all intentions and purposes the country is in the third wave and if not settling into significant definition. He furthermore stated that numbers will no longer go down other than if we start intensive containment measures. He encouraged provinces to intensify response programs. And lastly, local NGO Women for Change have called for AKA's music to be muted on radio and streaming services after their videos were leaked as an application with his fiancé Amele Pimbi. Women for Change is described as a movement founded by Catch Me If You Can, aims to create awareness, raise funds to end gender-based violence in South Africa. On social media, women for Change posted a picture asking for the muting of the fellow and Bakadi rapid music and can change the current hashtag mute HAA. They said that they are demanding all radio stations, TV stations, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and Google Broadcast to mute HAA with immediate effect. Now moving over to your financial indicators. The rand is trading at 14.2 cents to the US dollar, 17.2 cents to the euro, and 19.83 cents to the pound. Here's a recap of your top stories. The IEC confirms local government elections voter registration date. Health ministers will increase the emphasizing that voter is in the country rather is in the third wave. Hashtag meet AKA. I am Martin Madawa. That is all for today. It's a news. Stay tuned. No news will follow at 8 o'clock.
Thank you so much for the news, my brother. Have a lovely, lovely evening. We'll see you at 8 p.m., right?
Thank you so much.
Awesomeness. That is the news with Malisele Dwaba.
Tshwane FM News. Call us now, 010-382-4936. That's 012-382-493.6.
It's just 8 minutes after 7 o'clock. We take a quick song, and when we come back, we speak to Penny. I've got prizes for you, ladies, and I hope you guys are gonna be so happy. We call it a late Mother's Day present. Not supposed to go on this one, it's Injabulu. Good evening. If you're not listening to Tshwane FM, tell me, what are you waiting for? And what exactly are you listening to? I'm man. And you batla utabilo, this is a new week, new you, new goals. Share, man. Which ebile fela? Nsebare batha Thames boqinile basho rona kana khotsi batha Thames boqinile.
All hits, all day, and it's all yours.
Never gonna fall, never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Back in the system, never in victim, never in victim. But a landlord child, and poor member. There's not no sleep, like star child. I'm a star guy, got no pride, got no life, but still not enough life. And a fast boy, you colonize. Jet black killer, I am fire. Two pressures, like an angels. I score goals like CR7, I'm presidents like CR17. Hello, what's up in heaven?
Hi, Penny.
And sauce. Black push, all out, stars spawn, all God. I can't prophecy. No more poverty. I'm my own, more properties, more offices, my best so overseas. Shout out to the devil priest. Damn, I'm in love. Yeah, you there, bro. We never gonna clean floors. We only walk, watch me walk, bro. I am that boss, Make 24,000 from CDs, make thousands from my CV. Make thousands from the CP. Shout out to MP, LP, or not to SD. What I'm not, man. Life is fun, yeah. Run minute you die, run minute you high, run minute you die, run minute you alive, run minute you smile, run minute you fly, run minute you on, run minute you off, run minute. Grata Pumolo, listen, you no, Matari, oh. We die free, clean it up like, Snapchat, Snapback. Grata Pumolo, listen, you no, Matari, oh. I want dance, I want mind, you want dance, you want fame, I want price. 5 million, 2 million, 6 million, 60 million. Oh man, I want the billion. I cannot say no. Damn, I'm in love. Fed you dead, bro. We never gonna change floors. We only both, watch me walk, bro. I'm in boss, Make 24,000. CGs, make thousands for my CV. All the man. Life is fun, yeah. 1 minute you're high, 1 minute you're fun, 1 minute you're strong, 1 minute you're fun, 1 minute you're off, 1 minute you're on. We never gonna fall. We never gonna stop.
The station with the best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Your station, your music.
The people have spoken. Unlock room 912.
Good morning, my favorite lady, Lena.
Hi, how are you?
How are you, my love?
Good thing.
You make me every time like I must leave myself to room myself because of your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Penny.
Oh, continue. How's your day?
I'm good. How are you? Are you ready for us?
Oh, wow.
Hey, Penny. Are you ready for us? Okay, please stay on the line.
Room 912. Weekdays on Tshwane FM 93.6.
On 17 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock. Good evening. Thank you so much. If you just jumped in, you are well in time for the second hour of the show, and that is the Capital Talk. Right here on Tshwane FM 93.6. We are the station that continues to rock you most. Thank you so much for those comments on our social media pages. I see Palisama Hapa saying Wanaka, Mpho Lehutso. Yes, man. That's what we are all about, celebrating and promoting local talent and local brands. On the line, I'm now speaking to Penny. Penny is from HFY. FHY, which was born out of a passion to make women to feel confident and beautiful as their hair is their crowning glory. Now there is a range of products that HFY is actually giving away tonight, and I want you to take it as a late Mother's Day present from Penny and us at Tshwane FM to you. And she will be talking to us at this point in time. Penny, good evening. Thank you so much for making time to come and talk to us. Are you well?
Yes, very well. Thanks for having me on the show.
And how was your Mother's Day? Let's start about that. How was your Mother's Day?
It was truly awesome. It was spent at home with my family, quiet and loving.
Interesting. Now, did they do anything specific that is special for you? During this Mother's Day.
So sorry, can you just mention that again?
I'm saying, did your husband and children do anything specific for you that is special this year?
Definitely. They really, I've got this passion for fluffy velvet tracksuits. And my family rushed out and found me the fluffiest velvet tracksuit they could find. So now I'm ready for winter with this big fluffy velvet tracksuit.
Interesting. A quick one. Let's speak about HFY. What does HFY stands for?
So HFY stands for Hair for You. Okay. And it's an amazing range of products that actually repair your hairline and make your hair grow. But it doesn't just make hair grow and your hairline come back. It makes like Rapunzel hair. Okay. Like strong hair.
And how long have the HFY brand been existing, and throughout the years of existence, what are some of the strides that you guys have contributed in terms of women beauty, particularly looking at the hair of women?
So Hair for You has existed since 2016. Its base formula has been around since the 1990s. So the formula is tried and tested. The amazing thing about HFY is you don't have to use it, well, you have to use it on an ongoing basis, but you start seeing results very quickly on the product. So you get motivated with this new hair coming out very quickly. So if you use it as directed, within 3 to 6 weeks, you already start seeing all this new hair growth. And that's the thing with hair care products and hair growth products. They take so long sometimes to see the results that you get demotivated or you stop using the product. With HFY, it's a simple system. Step 1, step 2, there's a conditioner, there's a shampoo. But the most important is actually the hair growth tonic, which is the hairline repairer. And that, used daily, gives you results in 3 to 6 weeks, which is amazing.
Interesting. 22 minutes after 7, Tshwane FM 93.6 is the station that continues to rock you most. Penny from Hair for You is joining us. Penny, I've had, I've never used them, but I know that there's just a number of, hair care products that are existing in our country. What do you think it's so unique about Hair for You that makes, that would make the listener to actually, choose it among many other products that are existing in our society?
Well, within the hair growth range, there's not a lot of players, and we are definitely a South African grown product, a South African company supported by local companies and local businesses. And that is important for us to have a brand that works on South African hair. I mean, we have very unique hair in this country, and it works amazingly for that. And it's affordable. The whole system is not going to break your bank. And the most important thing is it's really natural, and it works more holistically on your body. You know, there's no side effects from the product. I remember once quickly, I said to a lady in the pharmacy, this product is so natural, you can drink it. And she said to me, well, will you drink it now? And I said, well, are you challenging me? She said, yes. And I actually drank the product. So, yes. So we're looking at a natural, affordable, South African-based product, you know, that works so uniquely in creating growth very quickly.
You make a mention in some of the parts that you guys apply some research before you could establish this brand. Just take us through the extensive research that was done before developing this product, and what are some of the results that you found out regarding hair care products?
So, like I said, the formula did exist for quite a while.
Okay.
And we took a base formula that had produced amazing results, and then we added another 35 natural actives to the formula to make it on steroids, as you can say, like super duper, And that's why we know, and we've seen for ourselves. I mean, me and my whole family use this product. Even my young son, he's 20 years old. He doesn't have hair loss, but he loves the feel of the product and how thick it makes his hair. So basically, it's existed for a long time. It's got more products in it, and now it produces what we say it produces, but only if you use it as directed. Because what we found over the years is that people get a little bit lazy with their products, and then they stop using them, and they used them in the past and it did awesome things, and then they stopped using it. So what we found is we really need to motivate people to continue using great products that actually make their hair awesome.
Interesting. Let's speak about tonight. You've got giveaways for us. Tell us about that. What is it that you've got to give, and how does what is the entry requirements for any lucky lady that's listening at this point in time?
So tonight we are giving away an awesome starter pack, which is the growth tonic, the repairing treatment, and the hair oil. So can I just tell you quickly about the hair oil? Very few hair oils on the market are pure. And this essential oil that we have, our hair oil, actually consists of 6 pure essential oils and no silicone, which just feeds the hair, makes the hair shiny, and it's beautiful and it's affordable. So we're giving that away in our starter pack with the growth tonic, which is step 1, our repairing treatment and the oil. So during the course of the interview, I mentioned when we started the range. And if somebody can tell me the year that we started the range, they can win that pack from you.
Okay, so they need to tell us the year in which it was established and
yes.
The hair products.
Yes.
Interesting. We're going to be posting that on our Facebook. So if you didn't hear, if you want to be one of the lucky winners, give us a call on 0123824936, or rather comment on our Facebook page where we're coming live, or YouTube page where we're coming live, and answer these simple questions. When was HFY established, and what is one of their products? And maybe while we're still on that, I'm adding the third one. What does FHY stand for? If you remember,
HFY.
HFY, yes. So what does it stand for? Tell us all those 3 questions and stand an opportunity to win an amazing goodie bag from the FHY team. I nearly said as I said the name in full. But yeah, hit us up on social media. On Facebook, you can just comment on the live video or give us a call on 0123249936. That is 0123249936. The question is, when was the FHY established? And what is one of their products? And what does FHY stand for? Penny, thank you so much for speaking to us. We'll definitely contact you with the names of the winners.
Awesome. We're looking forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your time.
Awesome.
Have a good evening.
Have a lovely one. 28 minutes after 7. Tshwane FM 93.6. We're slowly getting closer to our discussion with the ladies for tonight, and we'll be jumping into that in a bit. But for now, let's take a short break and move to the music.
Strap in, you're about to listen to the hottest sound. In your face. That's right, Jefferson, #1 radio station.
This is DJ Otlio with Mpho Radebe. Good evening. Maria. Hey, Orenvel. Sharp skill.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Your station. Your music.
Hey, man. Yeah. Kararato. Hey, Kararato maka dialogue. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, yeah. Okay, no, yeah. No, I have to cut out the yeah. Okay, you don't want to get the others. You don't want to sharp. Then the next, after the two songs.
I wanna give you my heart, but you let go. Stay with me for the rest of my life. I wanna give you my everything, but don't let go. Don't make me feel alone. I wanna give you my heart, but you let go. I wanna give you my breath, but you let go. I wanna give you my everything, you see me moving now. I wanna give you my heart, but you let go. Stay with me for the rest of my life. I wanna give you my everything, but don't let go. Don't make me feel alone. I wanna give you my heart, but you let go. I wanna give you my love, but you let go. I wanna give you my everything. You see me moving now.
station with the best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Your station, your music.
Yeah, what else you request that the car me with me? You're there, I'm representing. We have to say, truly, YouTube, Tshwane, that's what I right now. Wait. Where you
Ke wanya no venda ba ke makhatsi. Dumelang. Mary? Hola, Tembi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, remets Coach Betty fell out okay, nane. Coach Fire? Yeah. Renali me really Tembi mo on the conference call, ne? After this song, we're going on air. Sharp.
You know, some of the churches, they don't need your qualification. They have nothing to do with your education, which is boy. Since it was 1909, 1910, long before I was born, Saulo, Eleleseala, Gaza, 1916, which is Oleseala, 1928, Oleseala, Mandela Bamutala, Baoya, Saulo, Oleseala. When you get 2015, Bachabali Opera by Hammer,
Tshwane FM 93.6.
All right, we're going on. 149 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock, Tshwane FM 93.6. We are the station that continues to rock you more. Thank you so much for joining us. If you just jumped in, actually, you are just in time for the second hour of the show. And we're doing this thing every Mondays and Wednesdays between the hours 6 and 9 p.m. Tonight, it's all about interesting things in the psychological aspects of the Capital Talk. We look at also sports, which is a big phenomena on the show. We are back with the Women in Sports Dialogue, and we are tonight discussing the effects of culture and tradition into how women's sport and the roles in women's sport are being conceived by society, and all the stigmas that came through from gender roles that were from time to time perpetuated by culture, traditions from various aspects of society. And tonight we're joined by Coach Fire from the TUT ladies football team. I know she didn't expect me to say Coach Fire. Also joined by Mirin Twing from Mamelodi Sundowns. We're joined by Tembi Baloyi from Athletics South Africa. And the three ladies will be, heading this discussion with us as we communicate, some of the plies that women in sports still need to jump to ensure that transformation becomes a reality and not just a wishful thinking that is just written in paper. Ladies, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me start with Mary. Mary, hi.
Hello, Mr.
Hi, Mr. Mokete.
Oh, yes. Legai coach? Ralebo. Tembi, how are you?
I'm great. Just might sound behind me because I'm actually at the youth athletics.
Okay, let's go athletics. Lamata.
Yeah, tomorrow. So the team has just arrived now. So we're doing the registration, but tomorrow the event will start at 1.
Sure. Tell us a bit about the event that is happening tomorrow. Bonamo. Which universities are competing and what is the ultimate prize?
Okay, first we have 2 universities from South Africa.
Yeah.
And then all of them are competing for the super title. The competition is starting tomorrow afternoon at 1. So it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then luckily enough, UP is hosting the half marathon. Like all the students who are running half marathon will come down to TUT Saturday morning at 6.
Interesting. Coach Betty, you played for Banyana.
Yeah, actually, it was only 2 call-ups. So I didn't have that much chance to be with the team. But yeah, at least I'm proud to say I did wear the colors of the nation.
And how does it feel to have represented South Africa internationally?
Mokete, it's a great feeling. I think it's each and every player's dream, to wear those colors and represent a nation. All the players that are playing football or different sporting coach, they play, but the goal is one, is to represent the national team at the end of the day. So it was such a great feeling, and I'm honored to be given that opportunity on 2010 to represent my country.
Mary, you played for Banyana as well, and you told me that you've retired. I didn't even know that you retired because you are still playing for Mamelodi Sundowns. I was hoping you'd say you've retired from Mamelodi Sundowns this coming weekend, but it's fine. Playing for Banyana, how has it been?
It's been great. Like Coach Faye just mentioned, actually I got an opportunity to be when I was in Banyana. She was part of the team when I was there as well. I remember it was 2010 or so, 2012.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, I remember. It's Betty Mateko, right?
So you played together?
That's correct, I remember, yes.
So wait, so you played together?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, no, this is Kumbuleka now. I'm reuniting you. 53 minutes after 7 o'clock, and Tembi played sport around the same time. I remember she used to compete Mary for the sportswomen of the age, right, Tembi?
Yeah.
Tembi. Yeah, no. Yeah, I remember Tembi with the late Chichamba. Is Chichamba Ramvala, am I correct, Tembi? Ravandalala, yeah, such an amazing soul. May her soul rest in peace. Ladies, tonight we are talking about, because in the previous week we've discussed issues around transformation in women in sport, and sponsorship-wise, they would always say that women, women in sport or sports participation by women is not necessarily something that brings money into the game, because of not a lot of people pay attention to it. Or not a lot of people have really, amazingly, I hear that not a lot of people have taken interest in it. And that is just the symptoms, but the bigger issue is the roots, which is culture and traditions, how human beings, as young people, how we were raised, how we were institutionalized, women must just be in the kitchen, and that's where it ends. So if you see women either working or mining or playing soccer, or barbamata Tembi, you catch okay, I'm an osanzimo wape wanyalwa, and that has become completely different in the modern dispensation. But in culture, that is still perpetuated, in tradition, that is still perpetuated, and that is where the moral fiber of society is developed, and that is what we're going to discuss today. I'm going to start with Coach Betty, because she's now in the administration side fully. I'm not sure if Tembu retired Elena for matter, but we'll discuss that. Coach, let's start from the development of young players. You've seen how young women, if you put a team of under 12 Sabashimani and under 12 Sabanyana, the attitude is different. For girls, it's just to keep fit or to just participate in extramural activities. But for a small boy, it's a career already. And that tells you that already society has, created a setup to say, for women, maybe Manala, little beef, that could be, whether you must just look nice. But for Banna, work hard in that pitch, and I think that's where the moral expectation from society that men's sport is the one that attracts more money or more spectatorship to a larger extent. Let's speak about that. You are in the development of nurturing young people as a coach. How exactly do you think culture can actually play a role in changing these mindsets?
Okay, Mr. Mokete, yeah, Soto is a point, it's very critical. These kids, development, we're developing them, and then sometimes developing same morals, same attitude. It's ever badala at soccer. Ladies badala soccer, boys badala soccer. They need to know what they are capable of playing. You understand? Because of you might find out more aging. The young boys, but I no, stop kicking like a girl. Or understand or you want to on its own. It are a certain way, a banyana bakitang bologayona, and then a certain way. These young boys bakika bologati. But at the end of the day, they fall under one fraternity, of which is football. Understand? So we need to teach them at an early age. Football is football, or any other sport, sporting code, and everyone, female or male, they are all capable as long as they put up the hard work. They all can do it and achieve the goals as much as Babatang would achieve that discrimination or she can't do it, and then Shimani he can do it better. Because at the end of the day, the truth right now, you have to reveal on its own. Mr. Mokete, to be honest, the ladies are doing so much far better than our male counterparts. Like to be honest. Okay, Namos quote unquote which is football. Banyana are performing much better. Officially feel they deserve much more respect than Young right now. Lady sponsorship, they need to come now up front. Like that sponsor, because I believe it's all about correlative performance. Official Banyana, they are proving all the way they can do this. They are good in the sport.
Interesting. You know, Coach Betty, I like the manner of our conversation, because we are not just exploring the role of men in society and culture, also exploring the role of women. Just a quick question: when you were playing football, when as a player, how many? When you were playing soccer as a player during your times, how many women or girls? Not even friends. No, I mean, not people away. Your immediate family and friends. How many bought tickets to come and watch you? How many believed that football is a career to you? Women.
To be honest with you,
yeah.
To be honest with you, not so many. It's babangata, but we push it because of Nerera at the same time.
Yeah.
Babangata, he never born training and all that. They were thinking it's just for fun. To understand, like it's not something or it can take you places. It could be a career for you.
Yeah.
Because of the banana, we're just playing for fun. So to be honest, very few believe in me by then.
Tembi. All right. Seems as if she was muted. Hi, Tembi. Tembi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Tembi. Let's go to athletics. When a male, and I know that you run with males, when a male in athletics atola an opportunity to go and represent South Africa abroad, and this is with exception to how Caster Semenya has grows and changed the game for women. But anciently, were women and men receiving the same respect in terms of athletics? How about Chile, the same standards internationally?
Currently, what we have now, if we're going international, we have the same numbers. But if we select the women by 5, they also select men by 5. So far, so good. Transformation quite big in athletics. Unless sometimes qualification standards, more ladies qualify more than guys. So in most cases, ladies are the ones who are actually representing South Africa at the most international level, and even their performance is way better than their male counterparts.
But are they receiving the same respect? Is the same glory for both men and women?
Yes, it is. Because in athletics, we get the very same prize money. When the male counterparts are getting 10,000, even the ladies, all the time the prize money is the same.
Yeah, homonati go to athletics. Coach Bet, Mary, let's come to you. Now it's about Mary, how are you?
I'm good, always good,
Mary, you guys went to go Cyprus. Where is that, Ghana? Where is Cyprus again? Cyprus, ne? The Cyprus, whatever. Yeah, Cyprus.
That's Greece.
Yeah, Greece. But Mary never go Greece. Banna batswang go Greece, kapa batswang wherever overseas in Bafana. Ba regularly mention leading polygamy. They had a lot of money. How do you go club ya how e bapalang? The sky is the limit. The Brazilians. And I mentioned this last week. You guys qualified now to go and play in Africa, right? Is it CAF? More like CAF in Africa, basically. Right? The amount of excitement that the male team would have received from the supporters, from the top management, from the board of Mamelodi Sundowns is not the same that you guys have received. And the dominance that you are celebrating in the league is not equally celebrated and appreciated at the same length as the male counterparts. I'm going to give you an opportunity, as I've posed these questions to you, to think about them thoroughly. On the flip side of our news bulletin that is coming now, you will give us an answer to say, how does that make you feel? And where do you think we can start to manage some of those stereotypic misshapes in society? Let me take a quick break, and then we bring back our news guy to give us the news bulletin, and then we'll come back and continue with this lovely conversation, ladies.
012-382-4936. That's 012-382-4936. Wrap your ears around Tshwane FM 93.6. Your station, your music. Tshwane FM 93.6. Your station, your music.
And one thing I realized, if a Zulu guy has to explain to you, he will make sure that you understand every line. But he wants you to read between the lines.
All right, awesome.
It doesn't care whether you understand or not. Because if a Zulu guy was beating someone, ngambamba kanje ngamhlanganisa nodonga ngamshaya kanje wawela phansi ungamvusa ngamhlanganisa nodonga ungamshaya kanje balamulo makhi kanti ke ngibhizi ngaye ngashaya but the petty guy ngilese sokuthura kamuli yakho
The best of Tshwane FM 93.6.
Tshwane FM News.
In your 8 o'clock news bulletin, some inmates released in efforts to minimize spread of COVID-19 in prisons rearrested for serious crimes. Of the 1.3 million pensioners in Gauteng, less than a quarter have been registered to be vaccinated, aka withdrawals from performing at Joburg Day.
Tshwane FM News.
I am Mzala for Tshwane FM News. Over 100 low-risk inmates who were released in 2020 as part of the efforts to minimize the contact spread of COVID-19 have been rearrested for committing serious crimes such as murder. This has been revealed in a briefing in Parliament's Justice and Correctional Services Committee. In 2020, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that 19,000 inmates would be released on parole in an effort to curb the spread of COVID-19 in overcrowded prisons. Ultimately, close to 14,000 low-risk inmates were released. There were inmates who were eligible for release but had been rearrested for crimes such as murder and rape. Less than a quarter of the targeted 1.3 million Gauteng pensioners are waiting for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine jab. The Gauteng Health Department announced that it was ready to implement phase 2 of the vaccination process. The province is targeting over 1.3 million pensioners. The rollout will start on Monday, beginning with pensioners in old age homes. The department also promised to thoroughly engage with elderly citizens skeptical about their vaccine. And lastly, the artist management company, the Chief Effect, has released a statement on behalf of rapper AKA Real Name Keenan Forbes announcing his withdrawal from Hawaii Joburg Day. The announcement comes after a friend of AKA's Beyonce Anna Timba spoke out about the alleged abuse she suffered at the hands of the rapper. The friend, who wished to remain anonymous, has provided police with a copy of a video nearly gave to a march, which AK can be seen breaking a door in their Bryanston apartment. Now moving over to your financial indicators. The rand is trading at 14.10 cents to the US dollar, 17.02 cents to the pound, and 19.83 cents to the euro. Here's a recap of your top stories.
Some inmates released in efforts to minimize spread of COVID-19 in prisons rearrested for serious crimes. Of the 1.3 million pensioners in Gauteng, less than a quarter have been registered to be vaccinated, aka the throat for performing at to work day. I am Mzala for Tshwane News. This was all from me today. Stay tuned to the Capsicum number 1.
Mzala, have a lovely evening, my brother. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you, and thank you all the listeners.
Hola, hola.
Tshwane FM News. 93.6.
This your boy Drake. Music station. It's on your legs, always taking home. Turn the radio on.
Number 1. 93.6. Hot new music.
Just like fire. What's up? This is Pink.
Tshwane FM.
I know that I'm running out of time. Just like fire.
This one in Nepalagana Kotela, it's about Coach Betty, Lebo Mary, Basado under 17 year Banyana. Nazo.
Number 1 radio station.
It's 14 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock. This is the Capital Talk, right here on Tshwane FM 93.6. And this one is by Mpho. It's a song titled Shabalingene, May his soul continue to rest in peace. Man, these were the gems, man. She was a huge supporter of women football. Abu Mpho, we can never forget the immense participation and support she gave to women football. I think in those days it was very unpopular, but yeah, women football was the thing. Ladies, I'm back with you. Merinzwe, we were speaking about stereotypes that are brought by culture into where we find our women football is not being celebrated, or women in sport not being celebrated as adequately as they should be. And I just want to hear from you. What are some of the experiences maybe that you've experienced, or what are some of the things that you feel could be challenged in order for us to realize change in our sports fraternity?
Yeah, Mokete. Before we went on a break, you also touched on a little bit about sundowns and what my take on the treatment and everything. So let me just touch up on it also. Mention that.
Yeah, how to let Sundowns. They promised me a job, so I don't want my chances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That also is a build up to what I'm gonna say about stereotypes.
Okay. All right. Yes.
About culture and everything. Just to say, Sundowns has been doing the best. In supporting women's football, which is visible like nationally, that people can see that they're also Sundowns ladies, which I feel like they've broken the culture of women should stick to netball and stick to the kitchen or do light duties or not be involved in football as well. So, and also my experience with cultural and male counterparts being negative on women's sports goes a long way. Like, I've also realized that because on Sundays, it's been 5 years plus, I play with males, like social football on Sundays, and it's mostly like the masters, where they like average age is like 40, So I've also learned that males are very influential towards each other, and it made me construct speaking positive about women, supporting women's sport. And from there, then it can make also a huge difference, because most males, as I was just browsing through social media this weekend, I learned that most males, they still feel like women, when we cry for support and equality, it's more like we want to be 50-50 with males, which is not the case. You see, so and societal perception, culture influence, obviously. So even though women in sports has been going through for a while and trying to challenge this issue that we are facing, most male counterparts say that women should stick to netball and fix it first. When it comes to sponsorship and everything, then you can speak about football. And even those that are involved in football, they should start creating a big league for themselves and establish it without having to cry for help from our male counterparts, which is our biggest team in South Africa, your Pirates, your Chiefs, and so on and so forth. So, including the fact that majority of females look more masculine, has been mentioned more frequently as one of the issues that some people feel like soccer makes us look boyish, which I don't know why. It has to do with how we perform and even how we are passionate about the game. So yeah, that's just part of some of the things that are influenced by culture stereotypes.
Interesting. I like that I am not the one who said women don't support each other. But it's a true reality and true reflection. Coach Betty, I want us to, and maybe I know that we might not necessarily have the figures fully, but at some point we must just monitor. When stadiums were open, whether Banyana is playing in South Africa or it's the SAFA National Women's League, this is the biggest league in the country for women. You wouldn't find women watching them. You get the point. But highly PSL, highly PSL, basadi basiadi pizadi icha, bahula banna kadingo, but har go stadium. Bawana banna baba. But when it's other women, they don't support each other. Why is that the case? I like what Tindu was saying, that in athletics, administratively they seem to have sorted it out. But even in sponsorship, one of the key challenges that some sponsors still maintain is that there isn't enough bums on the seats to reflect that a lot of people are interested in perhaps women football or other sporting codes where women are dominant participators. I mean, right now, Banyana is doing amazing things. You speak about your generation, Yabo Miri, Yabo Posha Mudise, Ayanda Dlamini, our Amanda Dlamini is Borifilo Jane. She's now in AC Milan. I think she's the only South African player to have ever played for AC Milan as it stands. But you can tell the resistance in celebrating it. And this is not, I'm not even worried about men, because if it was a man, when Pesita is at wherever he is, I mean, he was at some club before he went to the EPL, already we were celebrating him. When Bongani Zungu, was at Amenis, he was celebrated. When he was at Rangers, he was celebrated for just being coached by Steven Gerrard. You get my point? Not now, Refilo, it's at AC Milan. AC Milan, they've qualified for the finals. AC Milan. We are not saying, and I'm not saying men, I'm just saying women. Where's the voice of women? Women in all spheres of society, women in parliament, women in media and communication. I'm not sure if there's another sports show, Yabasadi, that speaks and tackles women issues the way we are tackling them here. But I'm just saying that I'm a man, by the way. You get my point? But maybe enlighten me, coach. Nina Ngama coach, and you guys sit and you are all women. What is it about women that makes you guys to not see the need to celebrate and support each other?
Yeah, you've just posed a very tricky, or should I say, very important question, Mokete. I'm honestly not sure what it is, why we are not supporting each other. I'm going to support another. And just for the compliment, as a person, nothing between you, you dare for women's football, like we support sport Saranyana, we are valuable, and I would like to say we appreciate you. We need more people like you, not Banna Sera Padura side, more like you. By the way, they will help this sport in terms of the support that we're getting from you guys. We really appreciate. Now on my side, I'll be lying. I'm not sure what it is, but now going back to the structure, for football, the first mention of Fifi. Fifi is doing very good. go Million go and of which if he was a man, I celebrate you are left and right, but because of she's a woman, that story. Other people in South Africa, they don't even know originally such a player only to AC Milan or represent South Africa, more countries. They don't have that knowledge. But now it goes back to coverage. Yeah, for women's sports. I see enough coverage. More people they get back educate you about this talented players, but they doing so beautiful more countries. We understand. Like the Mahaya, but in the Katan, only sports people will know, correct? No, but in the Bakokai, one thing. But people that know out of football, they don't know nothing about the thing because of the broadcast is not enough for women. If maybe they can broadcast the more often, maybe most people that are not interested because of believe that or no sports Saranyana are seeing more powerful like Sarashiman. Understand the male counterpart.
But why?
I don't understand why. Because of in terms of the steps, the women are doing better than the men. Yes, but the women are exist. So that's why I'm saying if ever maybe like a few more coverage, people then don't know. So by some medical almost and then they start supporting. You understand? Because of it's true. Go to the game made before the COVID. Oh, stadium is with the beautiful ladies of South Africa supporting medical support. But when it comes to Banyana, they don't come to stadium. I don't understand what could be the problem exactly. I'm not sure about it, Mr. Mokete.
Keren na ki bone bo mme ba lla TV ha Chiefs le Pirates ka bo Pirates di jwa bo Derby. Mara ho tla Tshwane Derby this weekend. I don't foresee any man or woman crying. Or Sundowns tla be jiwe ke TUT ka 3-0. Wa e bona Mary? Wa e bona Mary Tabe?
And it's a derby. It's a derby. It's better Mary ngwana rena o belong to TUT.
Wa bua. It's such a big match. It's such a big match in this is such a big match in SA football fraternity. You get my point? Yaba sad to be specific. Such a big match. This is bigger than your Pirates and Chiefs because of these are two teams that we know that they are definite contenders. It's this league. It's like Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's a definite El Clasico. Women football. But I'm telling you, even at this point in time, I've had advertisements on SABC. They are there, but the interest and the passion, the morale, there's not that excitement. People have not built in. You get my point, and those are some of the things that I'm still worried about. Let me go to Tembi. Tembi, are you with us? Hello, Tembi.
Yes, Mkete.
Yes, Tembi. I know that in athletics things are a bit better, but I want to go back to your villages, your communities where you come from. How you were raised as a young girl and how your brothers were raised. That in one or the other would have had an effect in terms of how society views you in your sports participation. What are some of the memorable things that you remember about the support that you received either from your neighbors, your family or friends, your sports participation? How was the support and appreciation?
The support was extremely well because remember you were in a local school and then you're the only one who got the medal. So everyone was celebrating me. And then I was doing the road races. So every week I was celebrated at the school assembly.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel well because I even got the scholarship. I went to study at Rosina City when it's called School of Focused Learning. So actually now everyone in my hood knows me. Tembi Oloshiana, like it's still like that even now.
Interesting. Mary, let me come to you. You are from Limpopo, right, Mary?
Yes, that's correct.
That's Koskukuni, ne?
I'm Kashele Siliking.
Yeah, Marham Patele in Skukuni mus.
Yes, it's Kukuni.
Okay, oh, you could put, okay, no. Yes, but let's speak about growing up in Hampahlele as a young girl playing soccer. What was it like? Were you celebrated like the young boys, body footballers in the area, or in the she's one of those odd ones. Did it feel like an area now? But COVID-19, have I understand the one and against the mask more like only one. How was it that type of situation for you as well?
Yeah, but luckily when I started playing football, already there was a ladies team that has been established that was running for like 2 years or so. So for me, it wasn't that much of a surprise. But the sector I used to play football, like I used to even juggle the ball when they were sending me to shots and stuff. So my neighbors used to say, "Hey, kura rosa na bola hopefully now take a shot." So it was just, but I was mostly supported by the boys because I'd spend most of my time with them. So yeah, they knew me as the soccer player even before I moved to the high performance center and played for Banyana.
And I want to, because of I'm of the view that psychology plays a huge role in what we follow as children in our lives. Now, the mere fact that people around your communities didn't see soccer the way you saw it. How did that make you feel? In your confidence and in your belief in yourself as a footballer, how did that impact you?
No, it's just because it was just about me. Nah, honestly, I didn't internalize too much of what people would say, the comments they would say about playing football. But I was just focused on myself because most times when I was away for soccer, I was always looking forward to weekends because we'd be playing like around Limpopo, playing leagues and tournaments, sometimes traveling to Gauteng. So I just enjoyed being with my teammates and I enjoyed the sport and what it brought, because I was never, now since I was playing sport, I was not bored over the weekends, not knowing what to do and what not. So my focus mainly was just then shifted on weekend soccer and then during the week school. So I wasn't impacted much, and I think that's what really helped me to not even quit, also, and also just have done research. So I was looking up to the federal manager and social media when they were showing them on TV. So I saw myself there as well. So yeah, I had a goal. So I wasn't that much disturbed.
Interesting. Coach Betty, there's a lot of community members that listen to this show, and some do not understand the impact of their actions or their words or their treatment towards children, especially girl children in their upbringing, because this also adds up into how society views them when they try to say, "Hey, mina ngidlala ibhola." What would you say for them to perhaps change their behavior? What kind of message would you want to say to community members that are listening, or abantu nje who have not realized they too have a role to play culturally in how they institutionalize amantombazana in the same way ekumele ba-institutionalize abafana?
Actually, I would say it starts in the family, in your own family. If ever a family they understand then it's a career or and then they'll start by supporting you. If your family supports you, then it goes to community. The community will also support you. Because of Ghanaian, if you can check, it's a pleasure from our own families. You will ever to know we are women, we can't play some certain sports, we need to do some house chores, and or which we get a little chance to train because we need to attend this and that, you understand? So if our families can start supporting abantwana babo, to understand that this is not just a playing thing or it's a career.
Sure.
But by nature, by support at an early age, then it will grow to the community as well. So my message to the community would they just need to support whatever abantwana bababona kubadlalayo emalokishini bangaba discriminate. Instead of discriminating them, baba support and then bazame ukubakhombisa the correct path in terms of with the material and then do the correct things, but they away from it, drugs and alcohol abuse, something like that, so that the role model and follow a Catholic right. Yeah, it's what I can say. You need to support them.
Interesting. 33 minutes after 8. Tshwane FM 93.6. That's exactly where we are. Tembi, can you give us your last, a bite in terms of how culture can be used to, help people to celebrate and appreciate and also support women in sport more?
So you can give it again.
Yeah, I was saying your last bite in terms of how can communities realize their strength in using culture to influence how women in sport can be celebrated societally?
Basically, I think all the community members must support all the women, despite of the type of sport that they play. Everyone as a woman needs support from the community, and then it starts from home and family, from the family to the community. If your family wakes up every morning to go and jog with you or to go and come watch you at your race, then even the neighbors and then the communities, everyone's going to be involved. So we need such things in our communities.
Interesting. Merin Tshwane, you've got the last bite.
Yeah, from my side, I can just say that let's just forget about gender, what the person's gender is.
Sure.
Communities must just support whoever, a human being who is interested in whatever goals and whatever talent they love. Let's just support them and stop naming and saying that, deciding what somebody should do. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you live for that. That's what you like doing. And what's the use of living and doing something that you don't even like doing? So it's not about gender. It's just about nurturing the next person to be the best version of whatever they want to be in life. So yeah.
Interesting. We're playing what on Saturday? Is the debut on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Hey, Coach, who's winning? Okay, let's predict. Mary, what's your prediction, Mary? Score.
My prediction.
Yeah.
It's your thing to predict. I'm not gonna predict anything. Just come and watch the game. Switch on your TVs. Sit there and watch the game. I don't know what the coach will say now, but it's gonna be lit.
Coach, now I'm coach.
No, I just come. Cover for when I accreditation will get I'm just come and watch the game. But what we can promise you is that you're going to enjoy the game. So you won't be disappointed. Just come and watch.
Pito is playing. Pito Al-Akh is playing against Mamelodi Sundowns, and there's one article where they were saying that he has created a dog, and now this dog is threatening to bite him. Coach Anna Konate created Mamelodi Sundowns.
So are you saying that you created a dog?
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that it's up to her.
What are you saying? That dog is Mary.
No. The entire Mamelodi Sundowns was established by Coach Anna. So it is up to her whether uzoyibopa lenja ihlale phansi ithobela umthetho or uzoyiyekela loose. We will see on Sunday. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being with us. This is where we leave it today. This one is Mapara Ajes. It's a song titled John Vuligate. Good evening. Sharp. Hola.
Mix it. We're letting my jazz. Uma spizia, primeira classe, primeira quince, primeira quince. 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 I see what I love to do. I see what I love to fix. I see what I love to do. I see what I love to do. I see what I love to fix. I see what I love to do. Everything I see is todo. Everything I see is todo. Everything I see is todo. Everything I see is todo.